Welcome to Maven Charts on another weekly analysis video. After a short break, hope you all had a good weekend. Starting with SPY, we have been tracking this ascending wedge formation on our analysis as we discussed in our previous weekly analysis videos. On March 9th, SPY collected the liquidity below that support line and closed inside the channel pattern, but the next day it formed a doji candle, seeing rejection from 20 EMA, and the following day also it printed a doji candle. On March 12th, Thursday, it opened below this support line that we have been tracking for a few weeks now and closed below this support level of 667.5 area. Then it retraced back to test this gap and collected the liquidity above these three candles and this gap, as well as 9 EMA and above this trend line support on Tuesday, March 17th. Then from there, SPY fall from 669 to 649, around $20 in 3 days. And last week, Friday of the session, price opened right below the 200 SMA and it did not look back up for the whole day, and it printed a long bearish candle until it tested the small fair value gap between these three candles, and it bounced from there and closed above the support line at 647 level, leaving a fair value gap at this level. So if price take this as support and retraces back into this fair value gap, or this is resistance level, or this 20 EMA, and if it sees rejection from this area, then we may come and test this support level of around 630 followed by 615. If we see a correction like last March and April, then we may come and test this previous support breakout around 600 level. If we look at the structure comparing with the previous correction wave, we have this candle similar to this one on March 10th, 2025, right below the 200 SMA. Then it retraced back to test 20 EMA, formed a evening star above 20 EMA and 200 SMA, which led to another massive drop in April last year. So let's see how These resistance areas and these support levels are playing out in the coming days for SPY. Currently price is sitting at this support level and then small fair value gap. We have a resistance around 653, 54 and 659, 660 and this fair value gap and these moving averages. Looking at the intraday time frame, this on hourly time frame. On the hourly time frame, though SPY printed a bullish candle on Thursday right before the closure of the session, it just retested 20 EMA and this resistance level, and then Friday gap down, broke this support level and retested the support level to fall further and dipped into this small fair value gap on daily time frame at the last hour of the session and printed a hammer candle. Now we have a fair value gap here and resistance at 651.5 level and 654 level, this area, and we have 20 EMA. We also have a order block here. Let's see how price reacts to all these resistance levels. Support before now we are only at this swing low and this fair value gap on daily time frame. If it breaks down below this level, then we have this support level at 640, 41 level, and this one at 637 level. Looking at the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, price rejected from 20 EMA and printed a long bearish candle of around $12 move compared to previous week, rejecting from this 20 EMA as well as this previous support levels, turned as a resistance now. Collected liquidity below this candle and closed slightly above that level. If price moves back up, it may face resistance at this level as well as previous week's low. On a larger time frame, we have a fair value gap in this previous all-time high breakout level. If we take a fib level from the April low of last year to all-time high, price took support exactly at 23.6 fib retracement level. If it takes a support, it may go and test this resistance around 659, 660 level. If it breaks down, the next fib level we have is 612 level. This is on the weekly time frame we are looking at. Looking at the monthly time frame, we have one more week to go. So on a monthly time frame, so far price is below 9 EMA and between this fair value gap level, which was previously tested. Between August, September, and October 2025, we have a fair value gap. Price is dipped into that level now. This is on the monthly time frame. The next fair value gap we have is around this previous all-time high breakout. Looking back at the chart, last year February also we had this doujin followed by a bearish engulfing candle on March. So far we have similar candle in this year March also. Then it printed a long-legged doji candle in April, collecting liquidity below 20 EMA on the monthly time frame to break this all-time high and move from 590 to 690, $100 move. We don't know how the price action is going to play out, either to dip directly like this or form a corrective wave like this, or take support from this level and move back up to create another higher high. For now, price is below 200 SMA as well as 20 EMA, and price is also at the support level. We have overall resistance 654.55 and support at this last week's low, followed by 640. Moving on to NBIS. NBIS had this descending triangle pattern breakout last week, and it tested this resistance level. Now it pulled back into just the 9 EMA. We have 20 EMA below as well as we have this gap. So good area to watch in the coming days to see if we are forming a bullish reversal candlestick pattern, which may lead to another higher high. Price is trading above 200 SMA and 20 EMA on daily time frame. Looking at SOFI. SOFI is trading in this previous resistance breakout level, which may turn as a support to go back and test this resistance, or even this resistance is 25 or this 200 SMA. If we look at the weekly time frame, we have a fair value gap and a last week candle. So the liquidity below this bullish engulfing candle printed on March 2nd. Good level to watch for bullish pattern setup or candlestick pattern setup at this support level on the daily time frame, because if we take fib levels from this low to this high, price is between 61.8 and 78.6 fib levels, where we have this fair value gap as well. Looking at the monthly time frame, the monthly time frames, so we so far have a gravestone doji candle at this support level, and let's see how this closes in the next week after the month end. Even on the monthly time frame also we have this bullish fair value gap as well as this previous resistance breakout level, which may act as a support. So if we see any bullish chart pattern or candlestick pattern setup in this area, may be a good opportunity to go and test this resistance as well as this resistance and 200 SMA. Looking at NEO. NEO is trading on this uptrend line. It took support here second time, and this third time it took support, and we also see a 20 EMA crossover to 200 SMA, and we have this gap here. Price is currently at this fair value gap and gap area. Also, we have this previous resistance breakout level. This is also a good place to watch for bullish candlestick pattern setup or bullish chart pattern setup. We'll go and test this supply zone. Looking at Walmart. Walmart pulled back from 134 and currently it is in this fair value gap. Also, we have a demand zone here. Good level to watch in the upcoming sessions. We also have this trend line. We have resistance at 122 and we also have this supply zone and the fair value gap. After this demand zone, we have support at 110, 111 level. Looking at the weekly time frame, Walmart printed a bearish engulfing candle closing below this bearish engulfing candle on February 17th week. 20 EMA on weekly time frame is closer to the current price level. And we have this demand zone also, previous resistance breakout, which may act as a support in the coming sessions, and this trend line support. If we break down below this demand zone and this trend line support, then we have support at 110 followed by this fair value gap as well as this 104 level. Resistance we have 122 level and then the all-time high at 134. Looking at the monthly time frame, the monthly candle so far doesn't look that great for Walmart. Even we had a similar candle in last year March. Then it again printed a bullish engulfing candle, which led a price move from 96.97 to 130. So let's watch the price action for Walmart on the lower time frame, like daily, to see how it reacts from the support levels and demand zone. Thank you for watching.